Greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the time period of December 10th to 31st, 2018. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm using Legacy Tarot cards. And for those of you who have been here since the beginning, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the patience. I know I have not been on the channel for a while because I have been very busy with personal affairs. Okay, so let's see what energies come through for you, Cancer, for this time period. All right. There's an I ate, either it's an I ate or she ate. So or I or he ate is whoever is applying to, but it has something is happening because somebody ate something. And maybe something is going on with some type of food, or she ate, he ate, I ate. It was a I ate. So you ate something that maybe is causing problems. You know what I mean? Maybe something is causing problems somewhere with somebody's health pertaining to eating something. But she's not going, but there's a he or she, whatever it is not going to stop eating, eating that or eating it or whatever it is. It has something to do with food, okay? Something's going on here with an Aquarian energy being the worst concealer to you. So maybe an Aquarius was asked to not reveal something, but maybe they're revealing it, and whatever you asked them to not reveal, they're revealing it, or someone is revealing something. And maybe it's not working. Maybe the fact that somebody was trying to conceal something, it's not working anymore. So with this kind of energy here, okay, but I was getting an Aquarius, so maybe you confided in an Aquarius about something, and maybe that somebody's starting to act out on something that you told them to not talk about, but they can't help it. Something is very funny. So maybe it could have something to do with food. It could have something to do with eating something, and maybe something is toxic about eating something, and maybe you have diarrhea, or somebody has diarrhea, or a stomach ache, or a stomach bug, but it has something to do with the kind of food someone was eating. It could have to do with that, or the reason. Maybe you have more information. Maybe you have inside information on the fact that someone, maybe you have information on the fact that someone is sick from eating something, and you told an Aquarius why somebody is really sick, or why you're really sick, but they're laughing about it and they think that it's funny. So it just depends on the situation. 9 of Wands energy here, but I get cops. So maybe you're defending, maybe you're on the outside looking into this, is somebody is needing to do this, or you are, trying to back up yourself with being faced with very difficult questions pertaining to a Capricorn energy. So maybe it's a Capricorn, maybe they ate something crazy, but an Aquarian keeps laughing at it. So maybe an Aquarian keeps laughing at a Capricorn, or maybe you're laughing at a Capricorn, but it has something to do with, maybe something is karmic. So maybe you're laughing at something that's happening to a Capricorn or an Aquarian, or maybe somebody's laughing at something pertaining to you. Maybe something is karmic. So maybe it has something to do with food, or something has to do with police officers. So maybe it doesn't have to be with food. It could just be, maybe you're just being asked multiple questions on what happened to someone, or what happened to someone, or what did he eat, what did she eat, whatever it is with the 9 of Wands element. I get some on a belly ache. So maybe the 9 of Wands, maybe you have a belly ache, you know, it just depends. Maybe your stomach is hurting, but maybe you have information on why somebody's stomach is hurting. It just depends on the situation. But maybe that's why an Aquarian energy is laughing at. If it has something to do with food, then maybe you're just being questioned by, I get something about a terrible boss. Maybe you're dealing with a terrible boss. You know, maybe they're a fire sign. They could be a fire sign. Maybe, or if they're not a boss, they're boss-like. But I was getting an Aries man, so you could be dealing with an Aries man. That I get something about turning over. Maybe they're not turning over. Maybe they're heavy. You know, maybe you're sleeping next to that energy, or they're not turning over, or it's just someone that you're doing business with, and maybe someone is not coming over. There's also that element, or maybe they're not talking to you. It doesn't have to be Aries dude. It could be Aries woman, man, whatever. They're not talking to you, or they're not coming over. It doesn't have to be Aries. It could be any fire sign. They're not wanting to deal. You don't want to deal with this element. It was a fire sign or an Aquarius, whatever. You don't want to deal with that element because they know something, or they're bad with concealing something. It's a fire sign, or it's an Aquarian energy. So it just depends on what's going on. But it could be turning in. You know, maybe something's going on with, you know, maybe you're defending yourself, and maybe somebody is turning you in, or it's an Aquarian energy. Maybe they're laughing at me. You're being turned in to somebody, like it could be police, whatever it is. Maybe you're being turned in, and maybe and somebody sees that as karmic, and maybe that's why an Aquarian is laughing, or maybe you feel like they need to be turned in, or it's the fire sign, or it's the Aries element. Maybe something's going on with those in Aquarius and an Aries element. Maybe they need to be turned in to the police. It just depends on something that they did, and but they're laughing about it, and maybe that's why, you know. But there's a handcuff kind of feeling, so maybe, you know, the turning in or the turning over kind of feeling. You're turning over someone to the police, and you have to, you know, there's this feeling of being questioned and what happened, you know, either with food or whatever it is. Your starting point has the Ace of Swords energies. You need to have a new idea with something pertaining to, I keep getting handcuffs, so it has something to do with handcuffs and police with the Ace of Swords energy. But maybe you're being questioned, but there's just also this feeling of, you know, I didn't do it. So it's all, you're like, I didn't do it, or I don't have, maybe you're trying to act like you don't have information on something. Like, why is somebody sick? So maybe somebody's sick somewhere. And it could be the Capricorn, it could be whoever, it could be the fire sign, doesn't matter. But there's this element here where somebody may be sick, but there's a she fell. So when I said sick, maybe somebody fell, you know, maybe somebody is sick. You know what I mean? It just depends on what's the energies that are coming through. Maybe somebody's sick, and because they're sick, they fell, you know, and maybe something's going on. But there's while she was walking. So someone may have been just walking, and maybe they fell, or they could have tripped, or they just fell, with the Ace of Swords energy being here, you know. But maybe you were trying to help somebody up, you know. There's this element of, but she was drinking. So maybe someone was drinking a lot, and you could have been out with someone and they were drinking a lot. I keep getting Aries, so you may have been out with an Aries and they were drinking a lot and they fell, you know, man or woman, whatever it is. But it's she or he, somebody can't get up. So maybe somebody's like falling down because they're drinking too much, or they ate something bad, or they're falling down, whatever it is, but they can't get up. And there's this, that could also be why you need to call the police, or maybe something's going on with you. You know, maybe somebody's laughing. That's why I said that somebody laughing. Maybe somebody was laughing at the fact that you fell because you ate something or drank something bad. But it's stop drinking. So when I said ate or drank something bad, I get stop drinking. So maybe you're drinking too much. Maybe you're drinking too much, you know? But I get of something toxic. So maybe somebody is drinking or using or whatever. If somebody's doing something too much they're using something too much that is too toxic. Something is too toxic to be dealing with. It's like drinking alcohol every day, or snorting coke every day, or whatever it is, or Ace of Swords energy. But that's why she fell. So maybe it has something to do, or why he or she fell. It has something to do, or why you fell. It has something to do with drinking, but I get something about snorting coke. It has something to do with snorting coke or using coke. Ace of Swords energy. But there's this feeling you didn't know that coke was in something, or maybe someone did not know coke was in something. Maybe it's food. Maybe it's food or a drink with the Ace of Swords. But I put it in there. So maybe you put coke or some type of medication. Maybe you put something in somebody's food or some type of drink or whatever it is with the Ace of Swords. Maybe you wanted to get somebody loose. You know, whatever that means. Maybe you were trying to get somebody loose. Something that's going on here is also a part of a ritual. So maybe the person that's fallen and the drunken person, and maybe they're like a part, maybe something's going on. I don't know, it's strange. Like maybe they're a part of a ritualistic practice, you know, or they're the ones, I don't know how they usually work, but maybe something about that is a part of a ritual for some reason, and maybe that's why the Nine of Wands energy is there. Maybe that's why you're trying. There's something on you may have put someone somewhere, and you said that to somebody, and you shared that, or you're aware that an Aquarian energy put something in somebody's things, or they put someone somewhere with the Ace of Swords energy. I mean, you're a part of that, or you have information on that with the Ace of Swords. But there's a feeling here where you're being asked, you know, you're being asked to not say anything about that. But now I get this Thousand Oaks shooting kind of feeling also. Maybe this is like the aftermath. Like maybe I get the Housley girl. The Elena Housley, that energy of that case is coming through here. So something may have been separate about her case. Or something is separate about the reason into why someone may have been really ill. Oh, I see what's going on. It doesn't have to be that case particularly, but there's involvement. Maybe you're involved with having more information into that. But she didn't pass, or somebody didn't pass the way news is saying that they passed, with the Ace of Swords energy being here. Someone did not pass the way the news is saying. So if somebody was like, say there was, you know, like the Thousand Oaks shooting was a mass shooting, but there's some type of cover up with that. So maybe something is going on with the news. Some part of the news is the fabrication. So maybe someone didn't pass but somebody thinks, okay, the media is saying that someone died by a gunshot wound, or they passed because, you know, of a gunman, whatever that, you know, whatever the story said with the Ace of Swords. But there's a she or he didn't pass that way. Somebody was drugged, or somebody had something slipped into their drink, whatever it is, with the Ace of Swords energy. Wow, that's not the real reason into why somebody passed with the Ace of Swords. But there's something wrong with the media not knowing. So if it's not necessarily tied to that case, maybe this is just a story, or this is just something that's happening to someone that you're close to, like a friend or a family member. You know, where the news is a fabrication, or something going on with police officers. It's fake, it's a lie, and somebody's trying to conceal something heavily with the Ace of Swords energies here. Very interesting. So it could have something to do with poison, or like maybe it has something to do with food, or some type of toxicity somewhere with the Ace of Swords. And the news, you know, the media trying to cover that up and making it seem like something else, but something totally different happened to someone. Like they weren't shot, like they were raped, they were drugged and raped, or they were, whatever the situation is, but the news is changing it into a different story. But they're fearing that. So maybe you're fearing the news changing some type of story into something totally different, but maybe you want the truth of a situation out there, you know, with the Ace of Swords. But that's what an Aquarian is laughing at. So maybe you just want the truth of the situation to be out there and not the fabrication. Or maybe you want the fabrication out there and not the truth. It just depends with the Ace of Swords. That's why the Aquarian energy is laughing. But maybe they're laughing because maybe they have a nervous laughter. Maybe the Aquarius has a nervous laughter. And they don't want to be caught, or they don't want to be found out with the Ace of Swords into why someone is ill, why somebody's falling down in the middle of, out of nowhere, they're just falling. But it has something to do with toxicity somewhere, and you have information on that. But you want the fabrication out, or you want the truth out, or vice versa. You don't want the fabrication out, or you want the truth out, or you don't want the truth out, and you want the fabrication. It just depends on the situation, or it has something to do with that Thousand Oaks shooting and somebody dying or passing completely different. It's something that's ritualistic about it, but somebody passing completely different than how the news is saying. So maybe this is something that's happening to a coworker. Is that actual case, or is something happening around you to somebody, or to you specifically, or has something to do with somebody literally just laughing and about you eating something crazy or drinking too much or whatever it is with the Ace of Swords. So you could choose whatever situation out of there. You're waiting on the Knight of Coins energy, but I get a Taurus kind of element. So maybe you're waiting on a Taurus, but they're talking too much. So maybe a Taurus is talking too much about your involvement with something, or they're just talking too much, period. But they're not leaving you alone. So if you're dealing with a Taurus, they're not leaving you alone. Maybe something's going on with business deals and money. That's why the Knight of Coins energy is here. But there's a wanting you to do something bad. So maybe a Taurus is trying to get you, vice versa. I don't know if you're trying to get somebody, this element, to do something bad, whatever it is. Somebody's trying to get into some type of like, what do you call it? Somebody's trying to, there's a working really hard to get into. Like, it's not even an 8 of coins, but somebody is trying really hard to get into like some type of Illuminati-esque kind of situation. You know what I mean? Or some type of elite situation with the Knight of Coins. But they can't. Like, maybe you're trying to get into that, but you can't. Or a Taurus is trying to, some earth sign element. Maybe they're trying, maybe you want an earth sign into it, I don't know. Or a Taurus is trying to get into it, and a Virgo, these earth sign elements, maybe they're trying to get into these things. But yet they're dudes. Those are dudes I just named. And if they're not women, there could be a woman. Those elements could be women as well, but I feel more so they're dudes that are trying to get you to do something bad, or they are dudes that you're aware that they did do something bad to someone, or they did attempt to do something bad, and maybe that's why you're caught in the middle with police officers or security guards or whatever it is with the Ace of Swords. I didn't do it. Maybe you're trying to say that, oh, they did it. The Earth sign guys, they're the ones that did it. Or the Taurus or meets or sign energy, maybe they're trying to throw you under the bus. You think that they're trying to throw you under the bus for some type of involvement that you have with something that's going on with the Knight of Coins energy. Wow. But he's not your friend, or he or she, somebody is not your friend with a Knight of Coins. I mean, you think a Taurus or sign dude, you think that they're your friend, but they're not your friend. You know what I mean? They're not somebody's friend. They're not somebody's friend. They're not your friend. You're not their friend. Knight of Coins. You know, I mean, that's why something's being concealed pertaining to food. Somebody falling down and drinking and smoking with Knight of Coins, or maybe this earth sign energy is trying to get you to stop doing that. There's that element. Maybe they're trying to get you to stop doing that, and maybe you're not. Vice versa. This depends on what's going on. Or you're involved with these earth sign dudes and get Capricorn out. You're involved with earth sign dudes to get Capricorn energy out of something. And something's showing up, or potentially something could show up on the news, and you want the fabrication out instead of the truth, or vice versa. Or that's what a Taurus, or that's what an earth sign energy is trying to tell you to do or conceal. It just depends with your involvement with something that's going on pertaining to them, or you're involved with the earth sign energies in concealing something, or they know something about your involvement with something, period. But it has something to do with something that you said to them. Maybe you said something cryptic and strange to them, and it gave them, it kind of invoked an energy of curiosity with the Knight of Coins. But you're like, I should not have said that to him or her. So maybe you said something crazy that is revealing it's kind of like you're unintentionally revealing yourself to somebody, or somebody is unintentionally revealing themselves to you with the Knight of Coins. So it just depends on what's going on. Your present has the 8 of Swords energy here. Something's going on with social media with the 8 of Swords. You know, they're getting off of, or needing to say something on, or fearing with the 8 of Swords energy. Maybe something's going on with, there's a need to get off of, I keep getting Taurus. So maybe a Taurus needs to get off of social media, or you do. It just depends on what's going on. Somebody, or you, or these are Aquarius, a Taurus, a Virgo, some earth sign elements. Maybe they need to get off of social media with the 8 of Swords energy. You think they need to get off of social media. Something is not working. So maybe you're trying to work really hard, Ace of Swords. Maybe you're trying to work really hard to get someone off of social media, or to keep somebody on social media. It just depends on what's going on. Like I said, the story. Maybe something's going on. Maybe a story is on social media. And it's scaring. Maybe there's a story on social media that is scary to you. But you have information on it, or you're involved with it. It just depends on what's going on with the 8 of Swords energy. I never liked him or her. So something's going on with someone showing up on the news, or something's going on with somebody, period, that you're tied to, but something crazy is going on with them. But there's like, I never liked him or her anyway. Like, you didn't really like somebody. You were pretending to like someone. But a Taurus knows more information on you not liking someone, or someone not liking you with the Knight of Coins energy here. But I just wanted my cut. You just wanted your cut from something. So what this feels like to me, like maybe there's this energy of, a classmate being schemed, or like somebody in a workplace being schemed. You're aware, Ace of Swords. So there's a situation here where people and these other earth signs set up something where someone would be schemed out, but they would permanently be schemed out and they won't come back. But something's going on. But maybe you were I had a heist. Maybe you were involved in a heist on somebody with the 8 of Swords energy. Maybe you were involved in a heist, And now there's this feeling of feeling trapped and needing to get out of the heist, and you can't with the Eight of Swords energy, because something is coming out on the news, or something's coming out online, period, that you can't get away from with the Knight of Coins energy. And it has something to do with somebody falling down, somebody being sick, and showing up on the news because something crazy happened with somebody being high drunk because somebody put something in the... I get an Aquarian told you to do something also. An Aquarian told you to do something, and then maybe pretend to somebody's food or drink. Possibly. The Knight of Coins. But something's showing up on social media now. So maybe the truth about a situation is coming out on social media. And that's why the Eight of Swords energy is here. But it has something... The wanting cut energy is like you're involved with it. Either for... You're being promised something... You're being promised an amount of money for not... By a Taurus. You're being promised an amount of money by a Taurus for not saying anything. You know? Or saying something. If you say something, then you're not going to get your cut of something with the Knight of Coins. It just depends on the energy at hand, okay? Your future has the High Priestess. But I'm not using. So maybe you're not using your intuition about somebody or something that's happening around you with the High Priestess energy. But she knows everything. So maybe I was getting Capricorn out, and this could be happening to a Capricorn. You're involved with an Aquarian and a Taurus. You're involved with these elements to get a Capricorn energy out of somewhere. The Capricorn energy could be the she. The she knows everything. And that's why you're fearing something coming up, showing up online. Now there's a hiding from. So maybe because something is showing up online or on the news or whatever, you're trying to hide from somebody now, but you can't. That you're not using your intuition, or there's a not using. You're not using your intuition. Well, you're not using your intuition into why somebody's sick, why somebody fell. Maybe there's this element here, but maybe you're out with someone. The Ace of Swords is kind of, maybe you're just out with someone. And the Knight of Coins energy is like maybe you're just waiting to get money. Maybe you're going home, you gotta get money. You just have to get money, period. But it's just the reason into why you're trying to go out with someone with the Knight of Coins. It has something to do with the reason you're trying to go out with someone. Maybe you're not using intuition that I found out. You're not using your intuition that somebody that you're trying to go out with or spend time with, or you're not using your intuition that you're gonna get found out with your motives, what kind of motives you have on someone. Or somebody isn't using their intuition into you. Maybe something that you're trying to do with them. Right? Hurt. Maybe you're trying intuitively, maybe somebody's trying to hurt you, or you're trying to hurt someone. Like, you keep getting Taurus. So maybe a Taurus is trying to do this to you. There's that element. Or also, like I said, something is ritualistic, either surrounding a Capricorn, you're aware of it, you're involved with it. Or it's you, or something's going on with you, trying to go out with someone, but something is a plot and a plan, or something is a planned demise also with the food and the drink. When you think that, when you think someone was after someone that you're spending time with, you're thinking that someone was after someone, or you're involved with it. Pertaining to an Aquarian and a Taurus-like element, and you're saying to yourself, you know, I'm not using my intuition that someone is trying to drug. You're not using your intuition that someone is trying to drug you. Or someone is not using intuition that someone is trying to drug them. It just depends. Maybe it's a Capricorn energy. Eight of Swords. You're fearing something is coming out online, or you're fearing it coming out online. But when I said you're fearing something coming out online, again, be rid of immediately. So maybe there's this feeling of maybe you're thinking to yourself, maybe you should get rid of someone or something immediately before somebody sees it, like a person or like a thing or an object. Wow, very interesting. Two of Cups energy for your instincts. But I don't want to have. Maybe you don't want to have. You don't want to have something. Maybe it's food. Like I said, it could be food. Maybe you don't want to have something pertaining to food, or you don't want to be in some type of. You don't want to be in a partnership. You know, I get with an Aquarius. You don't want to be dealing with an Aquarian energy. You don't want to deal with them. You don't want to be near them. You don't want bribes. Maybe they're bribing you to do something. But something has something to do with food or drink with the Two of Cups. So they're trying to get you there. Maybe they're something with a Capricorn. An Aquarian energy is aware that you're trying to go out with a Capricorn energy, or you shared something with an Aquarian or a Taurus-like element that has something to do with money. That has something to do with money and bribes with the Two of Cups energy. Food, drink, Coke, whatever it is. Ace of Swords. But when I say food, drink, Coke, something is not working. So maybe something is in food and drinking Coke, but it's not working. Or it is. and you're scared and you're scared of being found out, or you're drinking and smoke and you're drinking and you're smoking these things, that a Taurus is trying to get you. A Taurus is trying to get you to stop doing that. But you're not using intuition that something crazy could happen to you or someone else eventually if they don't stop doing something with the Ace of Swords. There's that kind of situation, or it has something to do with a planned demise on a person, or scheming somebody out in a crazy way with food and drugs and food and drinks, whatever it is, with the Two of Cups energy. But it's also this feeling, I'm not going to do it anymore. So maybe you're telling someone that you're not going to do something anymore. There's that element also. Your accomplishment has the Page of Cups energy. Someone's going on here with insecure, like being insecure, or it's a child that you're dealing with, or it's just a younger person. But that's me. So you're showing up like this. You're showing up like either you're showing up insecure, or you're showing up like a page for some reason. But you're showing up like a page because you don't want to talk with the Ace of Swords. You don't want to talk about something. You don't want to talk about something. But it has something to do with what you know. So you don't want to talk about something that you know or something that you're aware of for some reason. Page of Cups. Your spiritual self has a Lover, sign of Gemini, right next to the Knight of Coins. Maybe you're trying to do business with a Gemini energy. But a Capricorn energy was. So maybe a Capricorn was trying to do business with a Gemini. But I get jealous. Maybe you were jealous about that with the Knight of Coins energy. And that's why the Knight of Coins energy is right next to the Lover's card. Maybe a Gemini was going to offer you something, or a Gemini was going to offer a Capricorn energy something. But she was going to take it. So maybe somebody was going to take it. You could be that she. Maybe you were going to take some type of money offer from a Gemini, or a Capricorn energy was. Somebody was going to take some type of offer, but maybe something happened, some type of affiliation that you have to in a Taurus and an Aquarian energy to get a Capricorn out, to stop the Capricorn from connecting with the Gemini energy because of jealousy, or you're aware of that relationship somehow. But that's why I was asked to drug, or that's why she or he was drugged. That's why that happened to someone, because it has something to do with looking at men. It has something to do with someone looking at your man. And you planned or plotted, or someone planned and plotted on someone to get them out of a situation so they won't look at their man or woman anymore. Someone's evil about that with the Lovers and the Knight of Coins. But I keep getting the girl, like the Elena Housley girl. Like maybe something about that, either some increments of that story are relatable to this, or that happened to her, or something shady like that happened to her. And the news is saying that it was like a gunshot issue with the Lovers and the Knight of Coins. If that's the case, with the Eight of Swords energy, because something that's shown up online now. Wow. So it could be something about that story is relatable to something that's going on here with concealing how somebody passed, or concealing how somebody they were drugged, they were really drugged, or they were really high, or they were really drunk, whatever it is. Wow. You're involved. You're aware of it. You try to stop a Gemini energy from connecting with a Capricorn energy, or whatever it is. It has something to do with scheme. It has something to do with scheming and heist-like feelings with a Taurus and an Aquarian energy on a Capricorn. If it's separate from that case. Whatever that means. So this could be related to job. Maybe something's going on with job and needing new ideas and curriculum. Maybe you need a new idea for a curriculum in the school. And maybe a Gemini is supposed to help you with that. It could be school, whatever curriculum, some style of doing something. But the Capricorn's ideas. So maybe you're using a Capricorn energy's ideas in terms of how to set up a curriculum. And that could be where you're taking something from the Capricorn in that way. Maybe that's why people or you are trying to get rid of that energy. It just depends. The High Priestess. So you're not using intuition that either somebody is mystical, around you, and you're fearing getting caught with involvement, with taking something, using somebody's ideas. Maybe you think something doesn't matter, but whatever it is showing up online. There's embarrassment with something showing up online. So either your involvement with some type of drugging or shooting, whatever it is, your involvement with that, you have information into that somehow. But I get a secretive relationship with police officers. So maybe you have a secretive relationship with police officers, and maybe that's what's coming out. And may protect you for some reason, or they protect a Gemini or a Taurus or an Aquarian, and may they protect these elements and you. I get Illuminati, like something is Illuminati like about that with the Eight of Swords. It's like people doing evil things, but they're protected somehow. Your mentality has the Six of Coins energy. Maybe you're spending time with earth signs, but this shouldn't anymore. Maybe you should not spend time with earth sign energies anymore. But I get scared. Maybe you're scared of spending time with this element because of something that's going on here. Or something that you know. Or your involvement with things. And you think that some oblivious... Maybe you think that an earth sign energy is oblivious to something. Whatever it is. But it's something that an Aquarian is doing. So maybe you think that earth sign energy is oblivious to something that an Aquarian is doing. Or maybe somebody thinks that you are Gemini, whatever it is. Maybe somebody thinks that you are oblivious to something an Aquarian is doing. Or you think that a Capricorn energy is oblivious to what an Aquarian energy is doing with the High Priestess here. Maybe that's why you're spending... I guess that's why you're inviting somebody out all the time with the Six of Coins. That's why you're inviting somebody out all the time. Wow. Interesting. What's changing for you is the Hangman energy. Something going on with not enough sleep or being sleepy with the Hangman energy. Right? She is. Somebody's sleepy all the time with the Hangman. But there's more, like you have more information into why somebody's sleepy all the time with the Hangman energy. Or maybe something's going on with wanting to sleep with someone. But that you want to sleep with, I don't want him to hear or her to hear. So maybe you're trying to sleep with somebody in a house, but maybe it's housemates or a family that are always around, but you're trying to Capricorn. You're trying to spend time with a Capricorn energy. Right? And a Pisces. Maybe you're trying to spend time with a Capricorn or a Pisces-like element, but you don't want somebody to see or hear that they're by, or you don't want someone to know that they're sleeping. But if something is wrong, so maybe something is wrong. Maybe somebody is sleepy all the time. Maybe either it has to do with drugs or a drink or food. Or some type of toxicity with the Hangman energy. And an Aquarian energy is responsible for that with the Hangman. With the Hangman. But you have information into that somehow. Your resolution has the Two of Swords energy here. Two of Swords with the High Priestess. You don't know what to do about something in the resolution. Maybe you don't know what to do about something. There's also this element where you don't understand why people are so jealous of someone. So maybe people are really jealous of you or a Capricorn or whatever it is. But a Taurus knows. Maybe a Taurus has information into something that's going on here. But how does he know? Or how does she know? How does a Taurus have some type of information going on with Capricorn energy's health status? How does a Taurus have information on a Capricorn energy's health status? Maybe that's why you want to connect with a Gemini. Or maybe you are aware that Gemini has information into Capricorn energy's health status along with a Taurus and an Aquarian energy. All of them know. All of those elements know of the health status of a Capricorn. And maybe you're now finding out something. And maybe you're being really cryptic with the Capricorn, or those elements are being cryptic and shady with the Capricorn element. And maybe that's what's coming out with the Eight of Swords and the Eight of